and then they feel bad because
No, not
they're
immediately. I'll
inadequate.
make a list and wait until you're done, and then be like, okay, so here's what was right about what you said, but
I mean, that's pretty. Yeah, that's depressingly accurate. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happens.
I mean, usually I have to do that job, so I'm happy to. But yeah.
Well, I
it's
will
not. It's
say that
never
at the
like
very
mean
least,
spirited. It's just like that.
at the very least, the highlight is uh um fuck, god damn it, it's like somebody Leo, right? Wait, was it Leo or was it Indigo who basically promised
That was
that?
Indigo.
That was
Yeah, okay,
Indigo.
sorry, Indigo.
Indigo took mommy's credit
Promised.
card.
Yeah, and I can't wait for the fallout of that. So, as part of a political maneuvering, Indigo told the Dragon Lord who's in charge of the security uh, part of the city, um, very much like a nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Hey, you better not have started killing these build rats, which we totally have. So that would have been a fun conversation. But we don't have to worry about that conversation because Indigo said that his Dragmark house is going to take over all criminal activity in the port. So that's going to be a fun conversation when it comes up later. And now I'm trying to for the rest of the conversation there were some touching character moments involving various members of the party. The really big thing is that we finally met our scapegoat, and I can't believe I can't fucking remember the dude's
Fury.
name. Yeah, the Fury. Thank you. God, sorry.
I was gonna say Cadrock, but yeah.
Yeah, I did Cadrock. So we finally met the Fury, and he was pretty much prepared for us to try and arrest him, which could have led to its own fun stuff. Because he did have buddies hiding in the bushes. Um, but we had the conversation with him, and we came to the conclusion that we really don't want to have him arrested and killed. And if that does happen, Mercy was kind of asking, "Hey, is there a possibility that we would actually be able to, bring you back?" Which, given the method of execution, doesn't seem very likely. Um, so we talked with him. He was surprised that we actually really want to help the people of Sire, and he has agreed to give us a week where we're going to try and find out who actually planted the bomb discs that did not go off. And once we do, if we do, then he's agreed to take the Irish refugees in the city and get them out and bring them over to Mishann for resettlement. After our conversation with the Fury, Purser made Mercy very upset.
That's true.
Which I think. Oh yeah, she's been having a rough time with it, but yeah. So,
I mean, it's been like 2 days, I think. Like we're still in the period of like
he's still recovering.
Yeah, the full aftermath of that whole event hasn't even really hit yet. Like we're in shock largely. Well, Leo's fine. He didn't really know that guy very well, but
Yeah, fuck that guy. So the fact that Purser is just casually throwing himself into the giant beam of magical light displeased.
I think you're misrepresenting the situation just a little bit.
No, I'm fucking not. You threw yourself into the magical fire.
After he carefully stuck his pinky toe in. He was careful.
This isn't there weren't like some double blind experiments or nothing. He went straight from stick, no, arm, cool. Let's do full body instead of like waiting. But
hey, Purser, how do you feel? I feel nothing. Oh, okay.
I feel nothing but the ennui that is bearing down on me from this droll existence. Oh, okay, so pretty much.
So tell me what's new.
One interesting thing is that when he did touch the fire the first time, Pick felt it, and it was really unpleasant for her. So we did send Pick away, so she wouldn't kind of catch the echoes of whatever the fuck Purser was doing.
Yeah, if I wasn't being careful, I wouldn't have sent the person that it hurts away first.
Okay, no, that's because you actually care about Pick, but you don't care about yourself.
He would have
That's
said,
not what I said.
Wise
Pick.
person knows what he's doing.
Thank you,
check out that
Jojo.
light.
I'm sure that I missed a lot of stuff, but that was kind of the big stuff that I really remembered.
Oh, and also just to reiterate, once again, it happened off screen, but Ludger is absolutely like apoplectic. That you guys are basically like, no, insane ultra nationalist terrorist. You need to come to Mishann to lead us.
Abraham Ludger could get off his ass and actually come and see the police beating the piss out of these guys.
I mean, he didn't say we shouldn't give for refugees. He said like Fury shouldn't be like in charge when he's, an ultra nationalist terrorist.
Yeah, that's most of it, and yeah, that's a fair point. I think everybody's brain meats are back in the space, so we'll hop back in.
I do want to throw in a little tidbit that I think could be relevant. Maybe not this week, but in the future. Leo asked the spider lady about, hey, I want an embassy. Who do I talk to about that embassy? And I was told to go to a distillery where there's a dude who's probably very drunk who deals with outside matters of that sort.
It's the Stormlord who handles diplomatic matters, technically.
Yeah. And he hangs out not in his office, but in his faux office, which is also his true office, inside a distillery. So that's Leo's side quest for the arc is talk to that guy and make it happen. Find an Ondaran to be in charge and fucking ship it.
Yeah.
Full send.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we will jump in here. The morning sunshine lights up the broken arches and fallen columns of the market district. They're covered with awnings and surrounded by stalls, shops. The twisting improvised streets are crammed with people, most of them visitors making their way through the city, and stopped at every turn by hawkers trying to sell, well, crap. There are three great buildings that loom over this kind of world's biggest flea market vibe. The Falconer's Spire, which you guys have been in and seen before, airships docked against it. The bazaar itself, a gigantic tent sheltering the city's official quote unquote open air market. Basically, in the center of the district, they just have a huge tent covering, so that you can just you could just lay down a carpet and start selling crap in there without worrying about getting rained on. And the Lord's March Palace, center of the Stormlord's official power, which you were in last session. This is the heart of the city. Here, all of the city's struggles, opportunities, and dangers are gathered and kind of almost intensified. Right now, Purser, Jotazo, and Baltazar are headed to the best place in the city to trade the artifacts and knowledge left behind by the ancient giants. Let me go to the actual map you guys are on. Yeah.
We get a map.
Ooh.
Oh, look at Mr. Fancy over here. He gets his own map.
No, it's just the map you're on.
My players are lucky to get a table.
That's the thing. I'm firmly in the middle as far as player coddling. Like, Dan is a, like, if they're asking for more, it means I haven't used the belt enough. And like Scott is like, no, my sweet baby boys, come here, and like, carefully picking everyone up. I'm somewhere in the middle. Like, I'll use the belt, but it doesn't come off much. But yeah,
What does that mean? What are you talking about?
but yeah, as far as selling giant artifacts and such, von Ruthvik's Splendors of the South could give. That seems to be the space to go to sell giant artifacts and such, which is over there.
It's like exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those, like, it's well known enough that outside of people who are like obviously trying to just like steal shit from you, um, that's what anybody in the know would tell you. Like, oh yeah, yeah, go to von Ruthverk's. Um, but yeah, as you approach, like, it could give most of Corvair's museums a run for their money as far as like just your number of ancient giant relics. It's pretty. It just looks less like a business and more of just a vaguely refurbished warehouse. The huge space is well known, and there is a line to get in. Mostly adventuring groups looking to sell to uh, Valexia von Ruthverk, the gnome proprietress and supposed expert on giant history.
In a city like this, I'm kind of surprised most of it wasn't sold off to the highest bidder.
It is, by and large.
Yeah, this is where it's sold.
Yeah,
That's fair.
this is the spot.
The highest bidder. All right.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. This is like this is the city's industry. It's like Orlando being like an outlet for Disney World. This
Gotcha.
is where this is where like the adventuring end goes to sell their stuff, and then it gets sold off to collectors or other not so great people. But yeah, do you
Yeah.
guys want to join the line? Do you want to just out of the way? Do you know who I am? Like, how do you want to approach this?
Yeah, just gonna browse for a bit, and then once we get a feel for who's got the like actual useful stuff, not the like I used the line last week, just old giant pennies. Yeah.
This is ancient Roman. It's a penny. It's ancient Roman. No. Yeah, yeah.
And once we find some good targets, we're gonna start spreading our information around, talking, getting the
Okay.
feel for the place and the people,
Okay.
and laying seeds.
All right. Well, yeah, just like looking around the building, perusing.
Mhm.
I won't say it like they're not eyeing you up harder than anyone else, but there are several particularly grim-looking Sturmreach guards standing around the building, looking uncharacteristically dedicated to preventing crime. Given the
That's
coin
what.
that's rumored to flow through here, it's the owner probably just pays them again to actually protect the place.
Mhm.
Um,
It's where
but
the money is.
yeah, yeah. But while their skills might not intimidate many adventurers, it's likely that none of the like even a high level adventurer doesn't want to like alienate or become an outlaw in one of the only safe cities on Zendrick for outsiders.
Mhm.
So having the law behind you helps, as far as not getting jumped. But yeah, as you look around, you see the line shrinks down until it's a bit less like you're not just going to stand there. You don't see a lot of other buyers like perusing, or well, you see other buyers, but this seems to be more of a he takes the stuff in,
And
lines it up on the
brokerage.
shelf. Yeah, she seems to be like a main broker here. You do see some of the adventurers go over and peruse to see if anything catches their eye, but not many people actually buy stuff. It has a very warehouse feel. But just looking around, you see rows and rows of neatly organized items, all presumably tied to the one-time rulers of the continent. Stacks of huge coins made from all sorts of unknown materials, probably not all pennies, but some. A jade carving of a bird in flight, so realistic that you, like, going by, you swear you see it blink.
I'm very sorry, I'm back.
No problem. A broken metal golem with countless interwoven gears that kind of sag out of it, out of the interior in a strange approximation of a mortal wound. Just countless, and like normally when you look in a collection like this, there's a strong theme. Like, oh yeah, these were the giants of so and so thing, because you can tell they were all obsessed with blah blah blah, or they tended to use this. This is a pretty varied, mix. It's like clearly different giant cultures, which adds some believability to it, to this being a good spot. But yeah, once the line has died down by and large, it seems like if you wanted to talk with her, this would be a time.
Okay, so once it's our turn to get a chance to speak with her, I think I'm just gonna play up the naive historian, researcher, whatever, and just
Okay.
go straight in, balls to the wall. I'm gonna ask, who would be the best person to talk to about an untouched mappable ruin?
Whatever, whatever she was expecting you to ask, it was not that. And she does cock an eyebrow. Uh, Untouched ruin, you say? Well, that you're free to talk with me. I often help organize expeditions, find groups willing to take the job on and such, but where would it you don't have to give me precise details, but roughly where? Because there's a lot of ruins, dear.
It would be on the Caparian Isles, just outside of the
Oh.
gestures around.
Yeah, no, she pulls out a map, and like she knows where you mean before she even gets it out. But she's really, that's been a largely, I won't say entirely free, but we haven't gotten much from the Isles. Um, hmm.
Yeah,
All
the site
right.
itself is fascinating. I'm looking for some wealthy patrons to hopefully fund an expedition. And
Hmm.
I'll even pull out some of the stuff that I did find. Just
Okay.
like rubbings of the doors and stuff that I took.
Okay. Yeah, so she looks through it, gets out a set of glasses and, puts them on, looks through it. It's just, my goodness. Well, this is interesting. From the islands, because this looks more along the lines of other cultures. All right. Um, well, you've certainly caught my eye. As far as financing, right now, it's largely anonymous, but um, I do have a fund going for expeditions. Most of them have been into the Skyreach Peninsula here. We could certainly try and set something up for that. Um, hmm. Oh, how long are you going to be in the city? And like she starts to try and get down to the nitty-gritty details, and like if you demand, like, if you're willing to go first, your contact number, so she can try and suss out if this is just like yet another scam. Like
Oh, yeah. Several weeks at least. We're resupplying and spending some time in the city. You may have heard of the giantess ship in the harbor, yeah?
I did that. I
Another
actually got an
impressive
offer.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, she was just like, I actually got an offer for it, buyer to collect, but I couldn't get confirmation that they were the owner. Um,
Well, I doubt it, as that's one of the other many fascinating artifacts we found on Caparian.
Why don't we talk here? And she's
Of
like
course.
head out from behind her desk and basically take you in. Once again, this is just a warehouse that's been kind of repurposed, so the office is very um, four walls added in the corner of a warehouse. But
Hmm.
yeah, she's like happy to go into the minutia here. That triggers her like she's a little more suspicious almost because like that's proof that there's tangible, very important big shit here, and it's like
Hmm.
now she needs to start to really question. So, yeah, while she does that, if I remember correctly, Jotazo, you mentioned that you were going to at some point kind of speak with some other folk in the city, if you had time. And well, Wise Purser goes in. Naturally, you're not going to let him out of your sight, but you can see him through the little window, and those walls are very thin. You could pretty much just shove through them. Um, waiting in line, behind you guys, were 7 of the uh, Cellcaths, or Shiftscales, as they're often called. You've heard of your cousins who live on the mainland, mostly in the interior of the Skyfall Peninsula and throughout much of the Hydra Basin. Most of the stories you heard about them mark them as clever and skilled with matters of the other world, but, kind of prone to cowardice, as would make sense for such small folk. Their eyes are a little disconcerting to look at as they kind of swivel back and forth, seemingly independent of each other. But they're bickering. You can hear them. It's almost hard to not hear them bickering behind you over what looks like a huge stone finger they've somehow wrestled into a mining cart. You catch about every fifth word. They're speaking a language related to yours, but it's pretty hard to make sense out of. Think like Oxford English meets like deep Louisiana swamp Cajun. Like there's or not, and I like not even we won't even say Cajun. We'll say like deep um Appalachia. So it's like
Those are
there's
probably be more, it'd be like an English speaker hearing like Frisian, which is like an
yeah.
offshoot of the same family that like it's almost barely intelligible, just
Yeah, it's like
not really.
almost if you don't focus, you swear you can make something out, but it's just outside of.
What
Maybe
would be
every
the
yeah, go ahead.
lizard folk like native language? Like what is Jotazo's first tongue?
That is interesting because lizard folk are sort of a forgotten group in Eberron. Lizard folk, at least in my headcanon, just, his particular people speak, where is it here? I have the thing.
Mine's listed as draconic, but that could be
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, that is wrong. It is Lutesha, which is your like that's your lizard folk variant. You basically speak lizard folk. Lutesha is your like sub race.
Can you spell
Okay.
that?
Yeah, no problem. Properties. So just copy. Copy.
Yeah, I had to reveal the homebrew. I'm sorry.
No. That's I had mentioned that previously, but I don't blame you for not like memorizing my weird trying to patch Eberron stuff.
I mean, at least they exist. Tabaxi aren't even in here, right? Like they
Yeah,
don't
they
have
are an
anything.
odd one. Yeah. But like strictly speaking, you speak lizard folk. So do these guys. But man, communication like it's honestly easier probably to speak common with these guys. Um, and let's see here. Yeah, one of them notices that you were, I won't say staring, but you look at them with one of their bulging eyes that kind of swivels back and forth, and stops arguing with his companion and greets you with like waving both little arms, um, and walks over to you and starts trying to chat. There is some mutual incomprehension before he just gives up and tries common, which seems to work here in the city. He figures maybe you'll know that.
I will respond. Obviously in common. And like very much like you know, you fine day. I see you and your companions are look well to do. What trade has brought you such wealth?
Yeah. Greetings, big 12 scale sibling. We bring, and he using common, the occasional word from your own language, you're able to get the sense that the Shiftscales here, they're apparently kin or at least tribe mates who have traveled all the way here from a place near. You think like they eventually give up and use an Elvish term, which translates as Black Grove Refuge, with the finger. Like apparently they've traveled all the way from Black Grove Refuge with this basically statue finger. Um, they're very all of them keep cutting each other off and like excitedly talking about how they've been using boats and carts and sometimes all of them working together, lifting and running at various points for almost a full year. I'm getting a lot of feedback here. Who's that? But yeah, it sounds like they've traveled an incredible distance to sell this finger in what they call the City of Doom. Uh, it, to be honest, it kind of boggles the mind that a group would travel so far and so long for just a finger, but the shift scales have always been eccentric. And let me add an image so you guys get a general idea of what they look like.
Out of curiosity, does one have like beer recipes tattooed on their body, and does another one look like an idol?
Not from what you can tell, but one does seem more performance minded, and the other one talks about cooking much. Yeah. So maybe. Let's see here. Lizard folk. Here we go. These. What? Huh. Discord is freezing on me. That's good.
I can still hear you clearly.
That's good because holy shit, Discord just took. It's okay. Lizard folk. There we go. So not all of them look like this, obviously, but that's a general description.
Oh, these look sick. Hell yeah.
They are chameleon lizard folk, or shift scales. From they're also about the same size as Cadrock, who for his part is ecstatic to hear about the adventures in the jungles among like these wild, weird folk out there. Like he starts trying to talk with them about like adventures and what they do, and they talk about big hunts they've been on and show off some of the lightning magic that their people are really skilled with apparently. And yeah,
Part of it is I ask them like what type of ruins they got this giant finger from.
they mention that it's from a crashed, like a half sunk floating rock, which they say is much more common in the interior. It's a lot of places where they like you think it's a direct translation at first and you're just missing some nuance, and then they just kind of shake their head and like point out and you see some of the you know you assumed it was just Corvair or magic, but yeah, there is the occasional kind of floating rock with some like a fancy house or something built on it, floating over the city. And apparently those are more common inside. Purser, Meanwhile, as far as the interior of the office, would you have let Morgana go in with you? She seems like she did want to. I won't say be involved, but she seems suspicious of this gnome woman.
She's gonna help sell the deceit that I'm planning.
Ah,
So
she
I
is
think-
naturally deceitful. Okay, okay.
Can I ask a
Yes,
quick-
that's exactly what I'm going for, actually.
Okay.
Because obviously I've been sent here by the Silver Flame, so I'm gonna
Okay.
try and sell it like I'm being like not funded by, obviously, because I'm looking for funding, but I'm here working for the church.
Okay. She helps with that because she clearly dislikes Alexa, and
Exactly.
she'll like she does just kind of stop and whisper in your ear like this. She Morgana tolerates the party, but
hmm
very clearly has reservations about dangerous arcane knowledge going into like highest bidder hands.
Yeah.
Like,
I
yeah.
haven't told Morgana really what my plan is,
Which
because
is
if I
very good idea. She's
Well,
a terrible actress. Like this is the
yeah,
best
if I
way
tell
to
her
make
to
sure.
act natural, she'll just turn into a robot.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick character question about Morgana?
Sure.
Is Morgana a racist?
Not really.
Okay.
It's more along the lines of like, you know, she's a lot like Cursor when he first got to the city
Yeah. No, I
Mishann.
wanted to check. I was
No.
curious. So it was like she hates everybody. Like she doesn't
She
fucking.
she is the stick up her ass.
Yeah.
It has more to do with like you people are like children with shotguns. Like she really,
Yeah.
foul-tempered heretic children with shotguns. She doesn't approve. But yeah. But yeah, give me a performance check with advantage because you have Morgana helping accidentally. As far as like really selling what you're selling per se. This
Here we go. Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah. That was just destined to happen.
Whoa. Guy decided that he liked you today.
Best
Of course
first
he
roll
did.
of the
He's
session.
me.
Yeah. Pursers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a normal thing for a Silver Flame person to say. Purser's normal. But yeah, so with that, you walk out of that office with, if you want a date set up for, for at least one rep, like with what you've put out, and with that, like pointing to functioning ancient giant artifact of, by modern standards of war, like
Mhm.
you can, there could there will probably be quiet but very intense skirmishes over who can try and fund your thing. Like with whoever doesn't win probably trying to undercut the expedition.
Mhm.
So
I'll set up like a lunch date with one of her people, and we'll discuss some stuff.
yeah,
I don't want to do
there's
it like
three
right
offers.
away. I want to. Oh, okay.
Like-
You have specific things in mind. Ooh.
Oh no, there would be three offers initially. She's like, I know of at least three players who can work at this scale and will be interested. That type of thing.
Okay, I see.
Yep.
Yeah. Since like Purser has just walked out of the office, I think, like he would immediately like basically like, I won't say like harshly, but like pull him aside and immediately like basically point to like the giant finger. Why is Purser? Is this a giant artifact?
It is quite large, yes.
No, listen. The masters of the thief elf giants.
Ah, yes. It certainly appears so. Can I identify it and see if it's like some Corvarin thing that they've stolen?
Sure. Give me a history check.
Wow, this Takani statue made it a really long way.
That would be great, yeah. I mean, so it's certainly a statue. All right. Based on what you've seen around Stormreach, it seems to follow a similar overall theme, you think? So probably that culture, but it's also a toe or not, I'm sorry,
Hmm.
a finger. So it's hard to exactly pick out what it is.
Right.
Um, but it
Made out of
is.
adamantium.
It's not. Like that's the other thing. It's just made of stone. Like this is like it. Someone broke off a finger from a statue, or it naturally fell off. It looks like by the weathering, and these little guys just got it in their head that like those assholes in that city buy crazy shit for lots of money all the time.
Hmm.
Like they so they spent like apparently about a year getting this here. It's maybe a couple hundred gold, like if they get a good price. Um, but
So yeah, it certainly appears so, Jotaro, though it's clearly not an entire statue and it's been removed from its context, so I'm sure some wealthy collector with too much money and not enough sense will pay a lot for it.
Yeah, Joseph nods. You can see that he wasn't like super excited, but he was basically thinking like, potentially basically if this is something neat, he would like, potentially buy it for you. But it sounds like it's a mix of like too expensive and not worth it. That like, he has enough common sense to
Yeah,
basically like,
it's a
oh,
bit
this
big.
this wouldn't be like worth buying for you, both to like as a gift for wise purser, as well as a bit of, I don't want to say charity, but like you know a good business deal with like his proverbial cousins, so to speak.
Hmm. I'm not gonna
But they,
stop you if you want to buy it, but I would get more use out of a giant concrete block.
I see.
And that
I
was me
don't.
out of character, just to be clear.
Well, I mean, Jotazel wouldn't be like offended, but I mean, again, he's very much like he figured it might be giant, and all this archaeology stuff is kind of beyond him. But he does know that Purser likes giant shit, so like, if it was something valuable, he would have you know, you know, he figures that
actually, it's actually an enormous, giant, literal finger of death. Whatever they pointed at, just like explodes.
Yeah, they just haven't pointed it directly at anyone yet.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
dragging it the whole time. Yeah.
But yeah, um. Like, with that being the case, I mean, he didn't even really go like, "Oh, let me check." It was just like a like quiet pull Purser's side and like ask before like he would like go back to talking to
Hmm.
Little shift
the
scales. Yep. Yep.
little ship scales. So, like, so are you you know is your base centered out of Stormreach, or do you live elsewhere?
Yeah, that would get them going. They're all from the same tribe, family group. Like say, it's a little vague, but apparently pretty deep in the jungles of the peninsula. Um, it also doesn't help that as they describe stuff, it all seems like their way of orienting isn't top-down maps. Like that's very weird to them. They just kind of view it as like you go off various marks and like how long it takes to get from point to point. It's not that unfamiliar to you, Jotazo. Like your own people did a lot of that, but you also kind of grew up close enough to the thief elves that like you're aware of other map methods. These guys are a lot, I won't say more primitive, because they certainly have pretty impressive skills in some areas, but you get the equivalent of like pretty backwoods, um, compared to
It's
like, yeah, your
It
islands.
strikes me as the equivalent of like I have grown up using like a non-written down like calendar, and I fully understand how to use it, and it's like, its benefits and drawbacks. But I just saw a Gregorian calendar for the first time, so like I'm instinctively going to think that like new shiny thing is better, even though I fully understand how to use the old like local calendar.
Yeah,
This is
something
what
like
it
that.
sounds like.
But it's yeah, like they describe it like they're fairly, I won't say super deep in, but like a couple 100 miles from here. This was a big trip for them. They have pretty wide hunting ranges, but they yeah, by and large, this was quite a trip. But they're also all, you get the feeling they're pretty young. Um, it is like Balthazar from your perspective, because if depending, I don't know if you've been watching all this, but like seeing Jotazo talk with these guys is like seeing a saltwater crocodile talk with like chameleons. Like these are small sized people, and Jotazo is like 7 foot plus, so he's just like towering
Wait,
over these.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
He's
He's a
a
big guy.
that's
big
about,
boy.
he's about average height for his people. Like they
Yeah,
are big
okay.
people.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Jotazo is just towering right now. That's terrifying.
He
I
always
thought he
has,
was a
yeah.
little guy.
Nope, nope. But yeah, so that's but while that's going on, Balthazar, for your part, I would say he's fairly quiet about it, but you get the distinct feeling that like Lord Tons of Fun is like, you catch little bits of his thoughts here and there, and it seems like he's like thinking about his next excursion, like either going to the shadows, or he wonders if there's other like less rigid places that he can try out. Like he's definitely thinking about his next outing. But besides that, what are you doing in this like warehouse? Are you just kind of along for the ride?
Hmm. We'll need a little bit of a catch up because I had joined a little bit late, so I was just kind of trying to catch up.
So
Okay.
you're at like a museum of artifacts of like old giant culture and stuff like that. There's lots of relics, and Purser and Jotazo came in because Purser wanted to get funding for like an expedition into a ruin, and his long-term plan is like say, oh, I have this like amazing artifact, this ultra rare powerful thing that is super valuable,
Oh
and
yeah,
he
that thing.
wants to use it as bait to like lure out the wizard that we have to kill, because he'll be interested in like, oh, I want to buy that, I want to be part of this, and that's like a way to lure him into our territory. And right now he's like talking to a broker lady who was like running things, and like sets up funding, like is the middleman between people who will fund that kind of thing. Um, and he was like making a deal with her, and then Jotazo, while Purser was in the room with the broker lady, started talking to these little like chameleon dudes, these little like cousin lizard folk who spent like a year traveling around on boats and stuff to get this big like the finger of a statue for a giant, like the people giant. And they thought that it was like really special, and to Purser's knowledge, based on his history check, it's just a finger from a statue.
It's neat, but
Yeah, it's kind of cool, but it's not like worth the year of like treachery and difficult labor. So Jotazo and him were discussing it back and forth, and now it's Baltazar's turn to like do something in the museum if he wants.
Yeah, I'm sure that the poor little lizard folk guys were like dodging fire giant attacks the entire time.
Yeah, it was a lot of like almost dying, I'm sure, and they have very little to show for it besides this cool finger.
To be fair, like you get the feeling that the adventure was part of the fun for this. Like,
Oh, I'm sure it was
these,
for the love of the game. Yeah.
like
The
yeah.
sure as shit wasn't when it was an adamantium finger, but I digress.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
But
And I'm sure
God,
that
I
one of
missed
them
that
is.
adventure. That was so much fun.
I'm sure one of them isn't dressed like a Japanese subtitle.
they aren't. But yeah. So yeah, it was basically just Balthazar. If you wanted to be doing anything in here, or if you're just kind of like leaning against the door, waiting for Purser and Jotazo to finish their stuff.
Let's see here. I'll ask the question. I doubt it, but you never know if you don't ask. I doubt the crown of Cyrus here.
Just sitting on a shelf. It's got like a $20 yard sale sticker on it.
It has
If
like
that's the
a
case,
plaque.
man, if that's the case,
Roll the
let's do it.
1,000-sided
Sure.
die. Roll the 1,000-sided die, and if it's 1,000,
Okay.
I was just imagining it has like a plaque underneath that says "Try it, we fucking dare you."
No,
No
it's
one will
not.
believe you.
There is no there are no crowns currently in stock. Well, you know what? I'll say there's one, but it's like clearly not. If there was magic, it's mostly kind of leached out of it, so it no longer resizes. So it's just like a giant circlet that like is basically a hula hoop. So it's not tremendously useful outside of looking pretty cool. But yeah, that's probably not, unless there's some real historical confusion about Galifar's origin. Like this is probably not his crown. But
Also, real quick, I tell the little my little cousins that
mhm.
that you have made an impressive journey that certainly required guile and resourcefulness. Over on the Caperan Islands, we there's a community of your cousins like me that could use such resourceful, capable, lizard folk for similar duties that it may be a bit more steady and predictable, but uh, that may also be a good thing. Life on the road with guaranteed coin for delivering items such as this from settlement to settlement.
They like the flattery and they like the description until they're actually able to like grasp where you're referencing, which they are aware of that. But they're also like kind of horrified when you're like, "Oh yeah, it's over on Madagascar basically." Um they're horrified like of their firm opinion. Rivers are fine because rivers are small or small enough to be reasonable, but the idea of like wandering out into the like other world, floating on top of it or swimming through it that long is just insane. They're gonna be polite about it, but like wherein your stories that reference these guys, they're like strange and sneaky and kind of cowardly. Their stories about you guys are like you're hulking lunatics who like willingly half live in the other world. Like yeah, like once they grasp where like they're very polite about it, as much as they can be, but they're like no way in hell are they getting on a boat and going out into the fucking ocean anywhere. Like that's if you have another way to get there, they'll consider it, but they're not going out on the ocean. No. That's yeah, they're they like I said, they are appreciative of the offer and they do like that someone is like grasping how cool their journey was. Um,
Yeah, I mean, and to answer your question, no, Balthazar, he's not trying to get them to like attack Drow. He legitimately sees like these guys are clearly resourceful, and our settlement could certainly use guys like that to like guard caravans and stuff. So
yeah, I mean that's that like none of your stories note them as being bad fighters. They're just noted as like, too much sneakiness, which makes a lot of sense when you're like child-sized versus the hulking saltwater crocodile man.
I was about to say, knowing like Jotazo and his appreciation for basically like Corvarin like French infiltration tactics and shit.
Oh no, I'm not
like
saying
the,
he wouldn't think that, but I'm just saying that's the cultural stereotype. In the same way,
Yeah,
Pix
right.
people view like the more like her ground walking relatives as like, oh, those guys are tryhards, or oh, those guys are fucking crazy. They're like beetle men and they're just obsessed with war. Don't talk with them. Like that type of thing.
Yeah.
Every group has different stereotypes about other versions of
Oh yeah,
themselves.
like I was just saying, like I think, like I think Joseph would be a lot more appreciative of them now that he's met like the Corvarians and sees like
Yeah, yeah.
how
And they're
effective
clearly they are resourceful if they made it as far as they said they did. So, but yeah, Balthazar, you do not find the crown of Galfar anywhere in here. Outside of the one crown, you did find anything else?
No, I'm just probably just gonna sit in the back and just watch.
Fair enough.
Let's see. He's has they're both having conversations. What is there for a siren noble to enjoy?
I mean, I don't
Shopping.
know. Shopping. Yeah, that was
That's
a
Siren,
pastime.
right?
Yeah. Boy, that's a.
That's
Anyways,
certainly a noble
Sirens be
pastime.
shopping.
that what I love, like that's a very Thrainish answer to what do Cyrus do? Well, spoil little bitches shop. Yeah.
Hello, Yell.
I like to make a history
Ahoy.
check to be as offensive as
Yay!
possible to the French.
That's fair.
What did I
Easy to
do? What the fuck?
He
Oh, wait, you're
wasn't
not the
even
Frank.
involved. He's not even there.
Sorry, Force Habit.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget.
That's
Don't
fair.
forget, they have banks too.
It's true.
That is
They
one of
still
my
have their
favorite lines.
things,
The
unlike
outrage.
us.
We have banks.
We have
Welcome, Yell.
banks. It wasn't even outrage. It was like I need to reassure him somehow that we are actual people and that we are more advanced than savages. How do I achieve this?
I know, by setting the world back to 0.
Fair. But yeah. Actually, that's kind of perfect timing. So Yell, you are back. Purser, is there anything else you like? You have a, she'll contact you, or you can contact her. She wrote down like, come back here at X hours to talk with her, but she will be sending someone to get information, or just to give you like proper meetup dates with, assuming all three are interested, which she thinks will be.
Yeah, we'll schedule something and have her write to me at the big ass boat in the harbor.
That's the official address.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
And then I don't want to set
Big-ass
anything up
boat.
right away. I want to give some time to like let things percolate.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, with that, you, Morgana, who's looking increasingly confused as she realizes like wait a minute. Not only did you ignore her, you seem to like springboard off her dire warnings. You, Balthazar, and Jotsuzo, is there anything you would like to do for these for the Shiftscale fellows before you depart? Welcome.
Hello, Sauce.
He may just be a listener in this, if I remember.
Yeah, that's
correctly.
fine. I wanted to acknowledge him though.
Cool. But yeah. Sorry. Was there anything else, Jotsuzo?
No, I mean, just other than like it's not like a desperate gambit, but just as like a final clarification, he would basically say like he would mention that it's not like, oh, we're getting on just any ship. He's very much like, the ship we have belong to the masters of the Thethos. So like,
Yeah,
absolutely,
they
that's a small
congratulate you about
comfort.
how cool that is. Like that's that. It's very much like, oh, that's awesome, man. Still not getting on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that's very fair because I imagine, like, especially with just those people, like, even with us being like the equivalent of saltwater crocodiles, I imagine it's a huge difference between like going down rivers and like sailing along the coast and like just going, leaving sight of land. Like I
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
even for us, that's a pretty big deal.
Like
Uh,
you guys do it between islands, but that's like very ritualized. Like you're not supposed to do it by yourself unless it's like a quest. Yeah, it's you're very careful about doing that typically.
Not to mention, I imagine there is a just general like, you know, uh, iffiness given like, like not only is the ocean like a place of like death, it's a sense of historical death because how many of our people have like disappeared, been like stolen and taken to the west to like never return by the females. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. But with that in mind, they do mention that they are staying in like they considered staying in some of the weird like crawly places, the crawly homes that everybody likes here, but it was uncomfortable and expensive, so they're staying out on the edge of the tents of Rishimi. Uh, if you want to speak with him in the future, but yeah, with that in mind, we have handled two of our three groups. Uh, the last group is Pix, uh, Big Day Out and Little Adventure, one might say.
Good God.
That's perfect
Truly, you
timing.
did not have to make a thing for me. I'm like, she
It's
just.
not it's not huge, but we did do something. It's a little thing. Um, but yeah, pick going. You mentioned you were looking for like uh, an area filled with dead people. Um, despite what Daniel said, the catacombs are not handled by the fractured Silver Flame here, who mine is more canon than your stupid fucking video game, Dan. But I'm going off the official book. You.
And the
Uh,
bell comes off.
They looked at the book.
yeah, they did. They also looked at the sky and said, "No, this hard." So,
Hey,
but
you looked at the book, right? Yeah, we looked at it.
yeah,
It had a very nice cover.
it was
Yeah,
shiny. Yeah.
we have it
Um,
in a drawer.
but yeah, there isn't like there are places where people are interred here and there. But one sec here. What am I? Sorry. But yeah, the typically you're looking for one mega graveyard doesn't get you a lot of results, but you do occasionally spot little like whiffs, yeah, little wafts of like remnants of people here and there. Typically, what happens when there's a not something where a soul was mad enough to stay permanently. Maybe they resolved something, or they just finally gave in and faded away. Outside of manifest zones to Dolur, it's a lot harder for spirits to like properly manifest for as long as they can back in your home islands. But there
Weird.
are like every corner almost has like vague imprints of people. This city is very old, and it doesn't like the more you kind of flutter around and wander and hear just the screaming noise of everybody's dreams. It feels less like a city and more like just um, it feels more like a ruin than the ruins you've been in because there's just constant different layers of everything. Um,
Ugh.
there's everything was just kind of slapped on top of everything else, and you can't even tell how many layers there are at this point. Um, World's biggest onion. So it's a little disorienting. You kind of wander around for a while. uh, until you like you're not sure if maybe it's just the like heading back there somewhere familiar, but you do eventually head back to Locksmith Square, where
Yuki
uh,
Fountain.
Well, where you were with that guy who was real excited about like the shadowy place. He talked about it funny, but the shadowy place. You're sure it's around here somewhere, but it's hard to find. But wandering around, um, you do see a like crowd of very excited people like um going towards this like big circular building that they're all very like there's people yelling and cheering and like everybody seems super happy and it's like that's probably fun.
Oh,
Um
that's nice. Yeah.
and
A lot of people are very dreary here.
it, dreary or just like they're less dreary and more it feels like everyone has an edge. It's like, you know, an unexpected thorn in at the center of every fruit or something. Like there's everybody has something that they're violently pushing for or passionate about. It's odd. But yeah, kind of fluttering in that general direction. You see a like heavily decorated entryway to this big circular place, and like you hear huge crowds of people yelling, um, and like it's it's a little homey, but also uh, like when your people die, yeah, there's a whole ritual to like uh, get the carapace properly set up for like decoration and things. But there isn't a whole lot of fluids that come out when one of your people die. Like that seems to be more of a dream people thing, or
Yeah.
sometimes elves. They like a lot of fluids come out when you stab those people. But
Very
um,
soupy.
yeah, very soupy, and the soupy smell is like borderline overwhelming as you come into this place. The air stinks almost like it's like a mixture of off meat and rust. Just
Ooh.
stinks of blood. And you see what everybody's cheering about. Uh, it like in a lowered area of this circular building, there is a blood-soaked sands of gladiatorial fights happen, um, where there's just like there's yells and like there's it's apparently a really big event. Most of the audience is very excited, a lot of drinking, and you see that there's like the amazing part is that the audience is kind of participating. There's a cart going around selling specially painted crossbow bolts that they're allowed to use. Like you're only allowed to fire as many as you buy in the thing, but you can pepper like one side you don't like with crossbow bolts. Most of the audience is pretty drunk. They're not doing great, but there's the combatants down in the arena. A lot of them have one or two, marks or shots in them. Um, yeah, it's quite an outdoor party, one might say. Um, you see, looks like about they were probably starting about 6 of them. There's now down to 3 combatants fighting some type of monster that, for once, you're unfamiliar with. Must be a mainland thing. It's covered in like burning spikes and screaming a lot. It seems about dead, and the last person to strike it with a good blow is a big big hulking lizard folk fella. Looks a lot like Jotazo in the sense that like he's a big lizard folk. You haven't seen any ones besides him in this city since you came here. Seen a lot of little ones, but this is the first big one. And he, holds his arms up and, yells out triumphantly as the creature goes down, and the other 2 surviving gladiators do as well. But yeah, this is definitely a place where there's a lot of restless spirits about. You could do a lot of work, but it's also kind of unsettling. These are things that are left behind, even if they're not tied to a bar, spirits that die like this tend to be pretty violent, unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, that's kind of her job, but
yeah. It's also, it's not that you don't do that. It's just I imagine that's riskier. Like
yeah.
it's like social services. Like, yeah, we know this house has like some serious issues going in. We try to be careful about going in, type thing. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a danger zone. And she has no backup. And that's probably a lot. But mostly she's going to look to the people around them and try to like sort out, like, are these people being punished? Those people seem like they were excited to win. Like, she might just look for somebody that looks relatively sober and or in control and attempt to talk with them. But some people don't seem down with the telepathy, but she's seen other 3 creams, so she's hoping that they don't freak out.
Yeah, you're eventually able to find somebody who meets that description. There's a lot of people. Find kind of a portly human man who's willing to like chat with the Thrycreen about like, it's very clear he is a regular. He seems to really enjoy this. Like at first he's sort of dismissive, but when you like ask about, what's going on, are they, are they winning? Are you winning type son? Like that
Are
level
you
of
winning some?
innocence. Um, that the fact that he could like he happily starts talking to, oh, this new to it, huh? Well, I don't usually see your folk here, but actually kind of squints. Well, regardless, Red Ring's a good time, trust me. And yeah, down there, those are the Bloodbound. They're and he starts like going into description like, yeah, a lot of them are slaves. Like, which is bad, but hear them out. Like they had a terrible issue with it for they would their ring wouldn't be able to go if they didn't bring in slaves, and most of them end up freed if they live long enough, that type of thing.
Ugh.
And yeah, he starts talking about like the best the best stables to vote for, or not vote for, to not, yeah, not vote, to
Gone.
bet on. Like he's he is super excited about the let's see here. Uh about Corlos. Corlos is supposed to be fighting again pretty soon. Like he doesn't approve of the guy's like whole, you know, gladiator should be free thing, but he's always fantastic to see fight. Apparently a Minotaur who's been at this for a long while, rose from slave to being a stable owner. Um, and he like goes out just describes the different think teams, like a stable is a team. So each
Yeah.
team, there's his personal favorite is Melkoth, Zorn. They're the old favorite, and they're like they know how it should run. Like he's like, yeah, these guys. And not only that, he dresses a little humble, but the owner of that, there's a reason he's the head of the Blood Council type thing. Um, but it's mostly like sports ball statistics to someone who doesn't know about why the New York Football Giants are the best. Like yeah. The guy starts going on and on about it, and um, occasionally, like he does give you like a hard look again, and then just kind of shrugs and you know, well, I'm gonna get going. I've got I guess if you want to ride along, I've got a custom um, ride out back, and he's got like uh, a very fancy, I won't say cart, but more along a very fancy wagon. with "Too Rich" emblazoned on the side of it, and
Oh God.
he seems to have found the attentions of some allied tradeswomen to go with him. But yeah, he's like, yeah, you come, actually, you know what? If you're really looking for a show, come back on the first 2 weeks of next month. That's the big opening. Everybody comes in. For once, it's not just teams. It's throw the gates open. Do you want to enter in and show you got what it takes? Some people even end up fighting against the blooded. Good money, even better show. And yeah.
Oh boy. No, she's not going to go with the strange man, but she will take all of his information and then want to go find the Minotaur. I don't want to take up much of like the game highlight time.
No,
Effectively, I think.
that was the entirety of it. It's just like,
Okay.
yeah, you found the arena. There's a lot of angry dead there, and a local enthusiast described to you like a little bit of how it works. And apparently, the beginning of next month for 2 weeks, there's like some type of big event where anybody can fight in the arena. Normally, it's you have to be one of the gladiators.
She bets her team might be interested in that, so she tucks that away to tell them they want to go fight and beat people up. But yeah, I think if it's the quick aside, that she just probably either try to see if she could talk to the lizard folk, because she's like, well, that's from our home. I want to make sure that he's maybe not a slave, and sort of being able
Verify.
to, yeah, like, is this man here because he wants to be, because he looks like he's having a good time, or is this man here because he's a slave?
It's pretty hard to talk with the bloodbound, which is what they call the gladiators. Like,
She
you
just
see,
has. She's lucky. She only has to be 120 feet.
yeah, that's fair. Um, yeah, like it's if you just like kind of try and flutter close enough to eventually, yeah, I would say you can eventually like get a few words in edgewise type thing. Um, and so like, what are you? What is the voice in his head opening with?
It'd be like, I am Pikikcha from home. Are you here because you want to be, or have they enslaved you?
That gets like a startled looking around initially more than anything
It's
else.
terrifying. It's a fucking terrifying thing to have happen
Who
to
the
you.
fuck starts a conversation like that? Just sit down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's very much, I won't say quite like Mike Tyson with his posse, but like this is obviously a pretty accomplished fighter. So there
Yeah.
there is kind of a posse around them, and they're like jerking around and look, and you see like he he leans down and says something to one of the others, and like they shake their head and kind of look around. It's like um and he doesn't respond right away because he's still trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. He seems to think that maybe like one of his posse was speaking with him, but um, you're like
You just
you could try the same message again. Like you don't.
you
It's
just have to
just
think it
that's
back. I'm way over here. I'm way over on the side of like wherever she's standing.
little arm waving. Yeah. As he like kind of peers and squints, and you hear tentatively, uh, like this. You are right. You are not like the mantis men, but you are um sound like them.
I am from
You're
home. You are very far from home.
yes. I was sold. Yes.
Are you fighting here because you want to, or are you fighting here because you are owned?
Uh, well, I don't want to die, and this is a fair way to not die. So, yes. For both, I suppose.
Do you want to go home?
You mean back to the islands? Yes, that would be very good. I am hoping to win my freedom soon. It has been several years.
What is your name?
One sec here. I have that.
Goes to purser and holds up hands. I need this much money.
For whatever reason, I'm just making like you literally start trying to count it out individually over and over again. So it's like I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I I am called Gotiza, but here they call me the Bloody Maws because of my large jaws.
Silly them. Gotiza is good name. How much is for your freedom?
He kind of well, that I don't know. That's the stable owner. Often, unless it's selling to another stable, usually sales are not made outside of that.
Which one is yours? Which one is owning you?
And I have that here. It is Relsina Vorel. There we go. And I will put relevant names in notes 1 minute.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I ask. Perhaps we can take you home when we go home.
She is not the type to lose lose on investments.
Psh, it is not right.
Well, I agree. Yeah. Yeah,
I will
he's
try.
like, yes, you're right. That's not good. It's not good.
I will try. You did good. I will try soon. I will go find my friends and ask. Well, I will try to find her, and then I will ask them.
Well, thank you, Pickik, for the conversation.
Of course, it is sad to see one of ours here. That is not right. I will try. Please have a good night.
Yeah, and like kind of scratching his head, he like half waves in the direction he saw a little arm.
Yep. And then until she thinks that her friends might have concluded her things, we don't have to cover it, but she might try to work with some of the angry spirits by like starting outside and getting like pulling one away a little bit to work on it instead of trying to start in the middle, because that just sounds like a terrifying idea.
Okay. I mean, you could go full Doctor Sleep and just like actively try to rile up all of the spirits to just fuck up things. I don't recommend
Yeah.
that. I'm just saying you could.
This place isn't good, but she's like, I'm not going to mess with stuff in a place that I don't understand until I at least talk
Actively
to
try
somebody
to
that's
make it an
from here.
eldritch
It would be
location.
entertaining, though.
Yeah,
Like they just see
Yeah.
Pick, they're like see this like chaos in the city, and Pick just finds them and is like, points, I did it.
She's literally like the little girl looking at the burning house meme. Like
Yeah. Just
yeah,
smiling like, yes, I did this.
yeah. I mean, important thing is find work you're proud of. But yeah, with that in mind, party regroup somewhere wherever you deigned to regroup. Um,
A
I,
cafe.
sure, yes. You know what? We will say a cafe known for a local specialty, which is Breelish curry, Breelish style curry made with local Gurkash meat.
Okay.
Kind of a Breelish. It's like it's southern Breelish, so it's not particularly complex, but it is hot. So that's probably the
Hot
selling
and
point.
greasy.
Yeah, it's probably the selling point to get Cursor there. But yeah, you meet up
With that note, could we
Do a
cut for break
break?
here since we're hitting the
Sure, yeah,
transition
yeah.
with everyone reuniting?
Sounds good. Yeah. We'll do a 10-minute break.
Cool.
What did I miss the others doing if you're still here?
The others did we started late because I wanted to try and get as many people as I could. So you didn't miss much. You missed Cursor, Jotazo, Balthazar, Morgana, and Cadrock all at their marketplace adventure, where they Cursor was getting kind of laying the bait for hopefully the Elven Wizard to come. He was like went to a giant artifacts dealer and said, "Hey, I know of like an almost unspoiled ruin. I need funding to set up the expedition. Do you know of anyone who'd be interested?" And he demonstrated he was like he had good evidence that this was a like untouched ruin, and he got a lot of good evidence. Jotazo met some relatives from the mainland, little chameleon lizard folk who he talked with. A group of about 7 of them had traveled like 600 miles with a giant stone finger, thinking they could sell it here. And
They're just silly little guys.
see, they're just silly little guys.
Only 6 of them died getting it here.
Some did die.
It's a decent. It's a decent number.
They, like that's just
Only
part of the adventure.
40%. That ain't too bad.
Um,
I'm sure one was like a warlock, a crazy warlock, but kept getting visions in his head. Another, there was a pair of wizards that one instigated a fight with a bunch of angry dwarves and like got violently murdered because of it.
yeah, the silly little guys.
Ain't too bad.
So, for reference, the journey of carrying a finger 600 miles for like insane reasoning was by the one campaign I ran. The party did like a 6-month in-game diversion to like get all the money by selling a artifact made of adamantine that was like a finger.
Nice.
But yeah, that's basically what they did. Purser set up some stuff. Jotazo met some relatives, and yeah, that was really it. Like I said, we started a little late.
Gotta find Too Rich and see if he knows where that person would be. Oh no, the nice lady was somewhere around here that gave her all that sweet nectar and talked to her.
She is. She hasn't even gotten the phone call yet, so I bet she'd be willing to talk.
She's still in a good mood. She doesn't know. It's okay, Pick doesn't know, so she can't spoil the surprise either.
Yeah. What the hell is an aluminum falcon? Where are you?
Yeah, she'd probably go talk to that lady and see if she can't figure out what the person who owns the slave is, so she could tell her group.
That's fair. Yeah, of the stable masters in the Red Ring, only one doesn't use slaves, and it's, a former slave. Everybody else is like, that's how it's always been done.
Gross.
Strictly speaking, slavery is legal here in Stormreach. It's just most people find it distasteful because they're from the Five Nations, but it does happen.
Yeah. As a freed slave race, Pick is not a fan.
I mean, that's just like general morality. Not a fan. Yeah, I'm not. For the record, I'm not either. I do not endorse. It's just, bad places have different mores and tend
Only
to do bad
bold
things.
statements from Sam here.
Yeah, exactly. Bold statements on this channel. I'm probably gonna get some blowback from that. That's all right.
Hot take, guys. Hot take. Slavery is bad.
Yeah.
Very bad.
You know, and to carry off on your hot takes, you know, the Osama bin Laden guy was kind of a jerk.
Exactly right. Yeah. 9/11 was bad. Cue the audience going wild.
I'm back.
Oh, actually, now I think about it, that's a more
Welcome back.
controversial statement in some areas. Oh, welcome back.
Oh my God, Kitty.
I actually really enjoyed that. That was
Who has the kitty? Whose kitty was that?
Yell.
It's me.
yeah.
I
Or-
love that cat. I've
Or
never met
she's a
that cat, but I love
fantastic
it.
voice actor. I could say that could also be the case.
Creature.
Are you full of yelling? Are you very upset that I'm not loving you right now?
Stop.
I must be doing it
computer.
every moment.
Yeah. Stop
Yep.
doing computer. Love
Worship
me.
me. Only me. Yes.
That's why my door is
You are a
closed,
little.
because there's 2 of those.
Yeah, you're full of it. You're full of it.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome
Boy,
back.
welcome.
You should have just been completely quiet and let the cat meow as a hello back.
You're such a fruit.
Things to say.
I got some banana bread.
That is
Ooh.
good.
Hell yeah.
It's been a very long
Banana
time since
bread,
I've had
bro.
banana bread.
It's quite nice. I like it.
It is not bad. It's one of those not too sweet sweets.
Yeah, I realized that I needed to eat more because I didn't eat enough today before the game, and I didn't have time to cook, so I have banana bread.
I do appreciate you not choosing not doing the COVID meme of coming in with an enormous bag of chips and just loudly opening them and crunching into the mic.
No, I know better.
Yeah, we
I'm
all know
mute.
what happens to those people.
Yeah.
You sort of dominant over us with their banana bread.
Well, it sounds like we got everybody back, I think. Who did we lose? We must have lost someone. Did we?
Sauce was
Indigo?
muted and doesn't hear
Sauce.
anymore.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's probably understandably. You know what probably did it? It was probably me saying slavery was bad. That probably, well, you know what? When you make bold statements, you can, sometimes you cut ties.
Yeah, remember the whole
Um,
the whole party's edgy thing we were talking about earlier? Like that's
Right
we're
there.
in
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, slavery is bad. There's my edgy statement.
Dude, if Jason's character would hear, he would be gasping.
Yeah, that's that's fair.
I'm
It was
waiting
to
for
me
the.
that they
I'm,
normally chill and happy, seemingly happy-go-lucky Josuzo would absolutely go lose his fucking shit if he actually met Jason's character.
I'm waiting for that day. I am waiting for that day.
To be fair, he's old enough that he's just kind of a sweet old man at this point.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I was there. I put them in the camps, but that was many years ago. Times are different.
I've mellowed out. I learned it was not a good thing I did.
It was a
I've
time
mellowed
of war.
out.
This is going to be a fun recording.
Yeah, I mean, I'm plenty edgy, just in the opposite direction, so it balances
See,
out.
times were different back then.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that in mind, you guys meet up. I don't. It depends on various people what they would get at a. You know what? We'll say it's a Sharn Fusion special place. That's why they're able to get away with a cafe nonsense. They're just pretentious enough to pull off the Undarin pronunciation crap. But yeah, you meet up there and you discuss what to do next.
Well, firstly, I'm going to be as snooty about this as possible. I'm going to be like,
That's
this isn't
appropriate. It's
this isn't
not
a real
Undarin
thing.
standard. Yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
it's like the fucking it's like like an Asian guy opening up a Chinese restaurant, and he's been in Cincinnati his entire life. He doesn't fucking know, but they just believe him, and they don't know any better. They're dumb fucking white people, and It's offensive. It's
Uh-huh.
a disgrace to my people.
And it's the sad part is he's doing the like small town Asian restaurant where it's like it's big city or any city you have like, oh, here's the Chinese place, there's a Japanese place, there's a Thai place. No, this is the Chinese buffet with the sushi restaurant or the sushi tray thing in the back, and like what do people like now? Thai? All right, yeah, sure, this is one of those dishes. Like there's just it's scattershot, but it is cheap, and the
Oh, it's
food is
cheap? I thought he'd be overpricing everything.
no. It's cheap, and the food
Yeah, it's
is
not
not
late
bad.
stage capitalism and
Okay.
storm rates.
I'm just gonna say that the Chinese place in Moravia is surprisingly good.
Mm-hmm.
In Moravia?
Yeah,
Where the
Moravia, New
hell
York.
are you? Okay, that
Central
makes
New
more
York.
sense.
We
it's
come from
fucking
a
tiny.
town with more cows than people. Okay.
Yes.
Relax.
Yeah, Great Moravia, 880.
Yeah, I was really confused.
Listen. Moving on. You have this. That is the backdrop of you guys meeting up. What would you like to do and/or discuss? You were kind of in the middle of an investigation, or you were going to start an
Yeah,
investigation.
I would love to have to prompt Sauce to convey what happened. But unfortunately he isn't here, so may I do the
Indigo
The curse
honors.
of
had some.
Metro.
He had some stuff to do. Indigo, like ominously, I must go, and he
Yeah,
steps into the
yeah.
shadow.
He's suddenly he got a phone call. It sounded dire. He wasn't sure what's wrong. But yeah, Leo will kind of nervously clear his throat, much like a child who's a bit embarrassed about confessing something that their friend did, and he will proceed to explain to the group as they wait for their shitty, not Undaran food. And he'll say that we managed to find audience with the spider, I believe is what she calls herself, and she was quite courteous, and we discussed the bilge rat situation. She was responsive, but she had concerns about the ensuing power vacuum that would be created should they cease activities in the city. And of course, we insisted that such vile behavior should not be tolerated, let alone by the head of local security and crime management. But Indigo, wanting to soothe the troubled waters, as I suppose, offered to volunteer his house's services as local security to handle the gang violence. And as far as I'm aware, he had no sign off on this at all. But she has given
Okay.
clearance to deal with the bilge rats problem, and the consequences are as they will be.
Be fair, he could have just not told you guys that he had
Yeah,
like.
he did. That's why Leo is like not super sure about it, because he's like, well,
Yeah.
surely he wouldn't be that incompetent. Like Indigo seems like a
That-
smart, deeply amoral guy, but not like an idiot.
That's
And
a lot of shade here. A lot of shade.
He what?
Oh, there it is.
yes, he said that that he's Thelanis, right? Or no, that's a
Thorani.
fucking plane.
Thorani.
God,
There you go.
Eberron names. Yes, he volunteered House Thorani to deal
take
with
over
the problem.
Gangs? They're
To,
musicians.
Yes, I understand it's confusing. He said that they would deal with it. I am merely conveying the information based on what I witnessed. Mercy was there and can verify that I am telling the truth.
What
Like,
vice versa? He
your
is clearly
recollection is
not a
slightly-
musician. He is a
Well,
killer.
he's not, but he's also an adventurer, clearly.
Am I permitted to speak now?
Yes, Mercy. Sorry.
The recollection is slightly misguided. Rather, Indigo said that his Dragon Mark House was going to assume all criminal activity of the docks, to step into the place of the vacuum that was created when we killed those filthy bilge rats.
see.
I imagine that we are going to be very happy that we have a very fast boat.
Every day I'm happier and happier about it.
Something occurs to me. The bilge rats. They are headquartered in the docks, yes?
They are headquartered in the sewers.
They were,
Beneath
at
the-
least. Who knows where they've
Ben-
gone now?
Beneath the docks, yes? Is our ship not also in the docks, with only a handful of people at any given time, while we are off doing business?
We have a well-paid Lyrandar crew keeping an eye on things. I'm sure it's fine.
I see.
Pick is sketching out the structure of what she understands the red circle or red ring to be onto a
Ooh.
napkin before she explains her day. But she is listening.
Visual aids do help, yeah. And for the record, I do want to say there is a party member, I mean, besides Ludger, on the ship. You have that that thief elf priest. He's your backup driver / always on the ship. So, like, you've seen him do
As
magic.
We have the pipe bomb guy on there too.
Plus,
I
we
hate
have
that
the
I don't.
strong. Plus,
I
we have
don't
the
know.
our strongest warrior on the ship. That kid.
The
we
old
picked up.
guy, the terrible old man that lives in the pipe.
Oh, I was like the pipe bomb. I hate that.
The
I don't
warlock.
know who that means.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sure. The pipe seems
nice
to kind
that-
of come and go.
It's nice that you guys have like an insane, like gremlin-y little old man as well. I thought that my Friday game was the only one, but I'm happy to share the pain.
We have
He
a
lives
hobbit.
inside a smoking pipe and
we-
occasionally pops out.
We have a hopping in
Yeah.
the ceiling.
Yeah. He's not insane. He's been very logical when he's shown up.
Just feed him some chicken bones and he'll be fine. Just leave him out by his pipe.
Feed him chicken bones so he doesn't summon demons. But
Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, that's a fair point. You guys did wisely decide to hire a whole Lyrander crew before you even left Mishann, so it's not the usual like all of 3 people on the ship. They are technically like stationed on it. Given that you're docked, most of them like try to at least get off the ship a lot, but they don't like leave it unattended. So that's a fair point.
that's good to know.
Can I get some
As an aside,
out of
friend
character? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joan.
As an aside, friend Purser, how are your physical symptoms
My symptoms?
from being an idiot?
I don't believe that's ever occurred. I'm
Stepping
going to
into
need you
the
to be
light.
more specific.
The light, friend Purser.
No physical symptoms whatsoever,
Hmm.
as I suspected.
Hmm. Interesting.
I'll let you know if that changes.
I would very much appreciate it. Thank you, friend Purser. Friend Pick, what are you drawing?
She'll hold up a kind of crazy person diagram of like the red tent. Too rich is written on the side. It's got the little teams things broken down, and she says, I found a lizard folk today who is from home, and his name is, come on, why am I not on this tab?
It's
Da, da,
Mishann
da.
notes.
There we go.
Gotsa.
Gotsa, the Bloody Ma, and Ralzina Varal owns the stable that he is in the Red Ring. And I think that we should get him out. They keep slaves. They keep slaves to fight. Only one does not keep slaves to fight, and it is because he was once a slave. And apparently, in 2 weeks from now, there's going to be a big fight where anyone can fight. I don't know that we will be able to do this because we are supposed to be killing a wizard, but I think that we should try to get him out because he is from home, and I think it is bad.
think
I do not
was-
know if they have any of your people.
You think
Yeah,
that wizard is insane enough to actually sign up for the arena too?
No.
Yeah, I was about to make a joke. Like, I have the craziest idea.
No, we
Hear me
convince
out.
him to go. Hey, that's a legal kill right there.
Okay.
I think we need to make a WWE style like shout out promo or a call out promo where we we get up into a ring and we're like, if you're too cowardly to come out, I'm taking your belt. Your belt. And like we just start like
They say all
throwing
men are
shade
created
at the
equal.
wizard.
But you look at me
I
and you
wa-
look at the insert wizard guy's name and you know that ain't accurate.
I want a dog collar match to settle who's the real baddest in town.
So I'm
No.
gonna
Okay.
just do
I
a
don't
Yeah.
quick
understand anything
spoiler.
that's happening.
I'm gonna do a quick spoiler. He does
uh-huh.
have power word kill. So I'm just gonna say that
Yeah.
like before anybody starts attempting to publicly defame super influential, powerful old wizard man in public. Just a warning. There is a non-zero chance that your character will legit just keel over right there.
That would be pretty metal.
Okay. To circle back like 5 minutes. The moment Pick says Goatsa, like Joseph, who was in the middle of like eating a curry, like literally with a spoon drives his spoon into the bowl enough that it just shatters the bowl, leaving like a pile of like curry. As you see, Joseph is the most pissed off you have ever seen him.
Is this your
Like,
friend?
Goatsa is my, what is the Kuravar term? Younger brother.
Oh. Well, then we definitely should get him. They said that she does not sell, but because she is a slaver, it is okay to kill her.
I've been meaning to ask DM. Is that an Elvish name?
It is not. Well, it's not like it's an abbreviated version of like his proper name, but it's like, what's your name? Most people are gonna say Mike, not Michelangelo, that type of thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say like this is on like how apoplectic Joseph was gonna be.
It could theoretically not be your brother, like that's a relatively common first name, but like, or abbreviation of the proper name, but yeah, I mean, it is a guy named Mike, and your brother Mike was still missing, so.
Well, I meant the owner of the stable.
Oh,
If that's
it's
no
not. It
name.
doesn't match. So, Corvarin, it's probably an Elven name, but it's in the Corvarin sense. It's not like Drow, traditional Drow name.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not like a sort of name that you would recognize. Well, I guess. Like,
Yeah. It
that's
doesn't
evil
ring
thing.
any like that's a Sulatar name or anything like. Yeah.
Once Jochizo has his like outburst and sort of explains the situation. Leia was originally going to be like, "What? That has nothing to do with us. Why would we do that?"
Percy was
but-
going to do the same until the
yeah, I'm
brother
gonna be like, we kind of have
revelation.
shit. We have shit going on. But because of Jochizo's reaction, he'll instead sort of lean over and he'll look at Jochizo and he'll say, I do not know for certain if this is the same man with which you speak of, but by all means, we should investigate and do what we can. It is unacceptable to leave one of our own in such a state of degradation, and I will do everything in my power to aid you, comrade.
If we're lucky, we can just buy him.
I do not wish.
He's a very good
to-
fighter.
I do
He
not
said that
wish
she did not like to sell
buy
them.
him. I will not give more coin to those who act like thief elves.
Suppose our only option is
Only,
espionage then.
only if it is only option. And you can tell, like, even that was, like, hard for him to say.
We'll investigate and see what our options are and see if it's even possible.
I went to
see.
try to find the nice lady that is Indigo's family who gave me good nectar, but I did not know where she was. So I figured I would come tell you.
It is a difficult place to navigate, for certain. I imagine, depending on whether or not they had a conversation about it behind closed doors that I am not privy to, she may not be the most pleased with him at the moment.
Yeah. After, like, a beat, Joseph will turn to Purser and, wise Purser, I try to think and act as the Kurathar do, and, you know, uh, make rational decisions based off of logic as much as possible. But
Of course.
I feel that my emotional calm will be disturbed in the matters of my younger brother. I humbly ask that I lean on you more than usual when we deal with this.
Of course. We're here for you. And your brother.
Yes. I believe he is from what I've heard, he is the only one still alive. All others were either worked to death in thief elf mines or made to fight to the death for thief elf sadism.
That is what they make them do. They said it has been.
Yes.
He said it has been years, and they said he is. He said he is close to earning his freedom, but he did not know the price of it.
I see.
Leia will
So-
sort of look over with a kind of dour expression, and he'll kind of he'll sort of like tap the table with a few fingers, as if trying to figure out how to express something. And eventually he'll just kind of come out with it, and he'll say, "I would not be optimistic about that opportunity, sadly. I think that there's a very strong chance that these slavers will fabricate some sort of error or inconvenience, find some sort of transgression that invalidates his progress or increases his debt or whatever it may be, but there will always be reasons to not set them free. They're too valuable for such a thing, and they'll be free when they're no longer able to work."
It may be worse than that. You said that there's an event coming up, Pick?
Yes, in 2 weeks.
If
Too Rich
he's-
told me.
If he's being, if he's close to earning his freedom, the stable owner might plan to have him killed as part of the spectacle. Maybe a fight that he
He's a
can't
very
win
popular
or
fighter.
something like that.
I heard of many such things of the thief elves that time and time, many times they would give a seemingly simple task or straightforward mission in exchange for freedom, but it was, and many times, a trap. Sometimes some would beat the odds, and the thief elves would keep her word, only to give us that tiny glimpse of hope. But most times, it is death sentence.
All too right. I suppose this will be yet another thing that we must act quickly on.
There are many, many angry spirits of the dead there. I thought about riling them up to wreck the place, but I figured that might be something I should ask about first.
I would only it It is my anger speaking this, but the only reason I would advise against that is it might hurt the gladiators.
Indeed, there would be a heavy risk to friendly fire, as it were. There very well could be indiscriminate rage and violence from the spirits who, at this point, only know the thirst for vengeance. I don't know for certain if that would be much of a concern, but I would rather not risk it.
Mm. I was scared to do my work because the ones that are angry are often very dangerous.
I can imagine so.
Oh, yes.
I would like to help them.
We must take things one matter at a time, I think. We must first deal with the living, and then putting the dead to peace will be a secondary goal.
Killing those who killed Purser is important, and then killing the wizard. Those are my primary goals, but getting your brother is very important.
I very much want to destroy the ones who killed Purser.
Yes, but we have to do it intelligently, please. I won't have anyone else dying on my account.
No one else is going to die under my watch, friend Purser.
Can't be that many left anyway.
Now,
Stragglers.
apart from all that, my news seems much less interesting in comparison. Morgana and I have started laying seeds about our antiquarianism, and we'll see if it catches the right fish.
I do not understand, friend Purser. If we wish to fish, then we just have to go off the docks.
No, wise mercy. It is a saying from Kuravar about a well-laid plan.
Oh, I understand
All
now.
right,
Like a fish in a barrel.
inspiration goes to Ludger for finally getting a chance to use like one of the three things he's been right about Corvair in like a year plus.
Well, I do like the idea that slowly he's just trying to hone in the ability to actually people about Kuravar shit. Like it's like a weeaboo being like, well, in Japan,
exactly.
And he's finally spent enough time with Purser that he's getting good at it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was finally something real, and not like, yeah, they walk around with samurai swords. It's self-defense. Like,
yes, I've been laying rumors, well, truthful and otherwise, that we have giantish information and artifacts to sell. I tried to target it towards wealthier patrons, as our friend is one of those. And before you ask Mercy, no, the wizard is not our friend. It's another euphemism.
Oh, I understand that one, friend Purser.
But never mind. I'd apologize again for the deceit, Morgana, but you played your part perfectly.
I didn't say anything.
Yes. He's just like looks mildly outraged and then just sighs and
he
like
always looks like that.
goes back to like looking around at watching people watching kind of.
Speaking of looking
you
around,
don't work for Archbishop Crozen for as long as I have without picking up a few tricks.
She carefully doesn't say anything about that.
Speaking of looking around, is there any like? Did we catch any glares? Is there any like staff member kind of like looking at us weird because of the bowl? Because we shattered a bowl.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those like as long as you pay for it. Like
Yeah.
this is Stormreach. This isn't actually a fancy restaurant. It's just calling itself
Yeah,
a
yeah.
cafe to get away with the name. But like, I mean, it got you some looks, but part of surviving in Stormreach is not going up to like 7-foot plus hulking monsters and being like, "You're gonna have to pay for that." Like, that's a survival trait.
Especially one that looks like fucking infuriated.
Yeah, I mean, no matter how you look, you're a goddamn alligator man. Or
Yeah, but it's the eyes bulging out. It's the barely contained violent intent. Like
Oh,
he's on one right now.
Speaking of that, I forgot to basically post.
By the way, Cadrock finished his food like indecently quickly, and like he really if like he's eager to do more adventure and stuff, but he needs to get back to the other members of his of his party to let him know what's up type thing. He's been away for a while now.
Hmm.
I'm gonna assume because I bought like the fine dining meal. I'm sure it's like mid at best.
Yeah, it's
Just don't ask where the
passable.
meat came from.
Like,
Anything in here that's labeled fine dining would be like the
They
level of
didn't, to their credit.
scoffing would
They didn't
okay,
to
good.
their credit. Like they just
They-
they're going for Sharn
On-
Fusion. Okay.
On some level, they know their place.
Any meal where Purser doesn't have to dip into his precious hot sauce supplies is a good one.
Yeah, it's hot. It's just not much else. Like it's hot, greasy, and like decent. Like passable. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, you guys. Morgana is still with you. Cadrock, like he's not gonna leave. He knows he's part of a bigger guild now, but he does try to keep in touch with with the other the guild he founded, because he's they're still doing jobs and stuff. They're still taking on adventures.
Right.
Purser doesn't say it out loud, of course, but he'd be very happy if the kid just wanders off and doesn't come back.
No.
Don't worry.
I don't want him
he's
to like die or
Almost
anything,
like
but
he's-
as a karmic thing, without you prompting it, seeing him wander off and like hearing about the guild, Josuzo very innocently, why, basically almost in a way to like distract from like his extreme anger and anguish. Wise Purser, you said that we have an adventurers guild in Mishann, and Cadrock is a inexperienced but up and coming adventurer with his own group of adventurers. Would they perhaps be useful for simple tasks at your guild?
Yes, we should contract them all. This is a great idea. Jojo is a genius.
Please don't drag more children onto our ship, Jotsuzo.
Children, he is an adolescent. I do not understand. Obviously, he should have an experienced hunter to guide him, but if he is going to be an adventurer...
To be fair, with the orphans we basically took in, I was gonna basically help them become monks. Like they need some discipline in their life.
What I'm hearing is I need to run a one hunt with a bunch of like 12 and 14-year-old adventurers fighting whatever shit you guys unleashed when you opened all those crates back in fucking shop.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, especially Purser doesn't want to do it, considering he was the one who's like, we need to... No checking one at a time. We're just gotching all of it at once.
I did some good shit.
I didn't say open them all at once. I said we're going to like do it methodically all at once, like one at a time. But we're not gonna take weeks.
Yeah, that's silly. Like, and those are
But
good boxes.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll train that one kid to become a monk.
Everyone just wants the kid to be what they are. Like,
Yeah,
so it's called parenthood.
Yeah, I guess that is the appeal of
miser in
children
my case.
to a lot of people. Like, people are like, yeah, a little version of me, more me in the world.
To quote Homer Simpson, kids are great. You can teach them to hate the things you hate.
Yeah.
But
Oh no.
that was a Simpsons one. That wasn't even me. Shut up, internet. All right.
Sentence with a benefit. Friend
Plus,
Purser,
it's
the
good to know how
benefit
to
to
fight.
taking adolescents and training them is that we can actually instill in them a good set of values. And unlike Warforged, organics get bigger as they grow older.
Ichiotazo actually just works for Oni.
I think that like as Jotazo is pitching this and Mercy is like making a case for it, he'll say, Cadrock is still here, right?
Sure. He was on his way out, but yeah, like
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Never mind.
if not stopped, he's like he's a ball of energy. He's got
Yeah,
places to
I'll
be.
let him go. Leia would say, well, I think this is a bit of a secondary issue for later when we're closer to our departure from the city either way, but there is an argument for if they are unhoused and like Cadrock himself don't have families that we should try to provide some sort of structure and put them to use, allow them to be functional members of society rather than winding up on the wrong path. But
We've never asked if Kadruk has family. We should just send him back to them.
we did, didn't we?
It came up, yeah.
We
He-
we
he-
established that he doesn't have nothing.
he's he
Purser's
had
just
an
trying
older
to
brother.
find any excuse.
He said he had a home. He said his home was the streets. Like, yeah.
Friend
Yeah.
Purser, are you having issues with your memory? Is this a symptom of you going into the light?
If anything, it's a symptom of the prior trauma, Mercy.
I do not understand, Friend Purser.
Dealing with a child.
I do not understand, Friend Purser.
Let's move on to another topic. Just no more children, please.
So
I
outer
don't need
heavens
to
out
be
of the question.
I don't want to be responsible for them falling overboard and fighting a kraken or something stupid on the way home.
They tape him to the
Is it-
mast.
Damn.
That is a fair concern, I suppose. We do live treacherous lives.
They will force him underboard when stormy weather kicks in.
Yeah.
In any
So
case,
what do you
not
guys
underboard.
want to do?
Yes, onto matters of the next order of business. What is the most time-sensitive issue? I mean, the most personally sensitive one, of course, is freeing Jotazo's family, though I believe there is a time crunch on this Fury situation. We must. He speaks sort of like with a low tone. He doesn't want to say this part too loudly, right? He says this situation with finding the true culprits is on quite a ticking clock, as I understand, and he must find the true culprits quickly, otherwise we are going to fail our man.
When was this arena event happening? How?
2 weeks from now.
Oh,
First
okay.
2
Out of
weeks of
character.
next month. First 2 weeks.
I spent that whole time thinking you had told pick 2 days and just ran with that, so
No. You're
that's
good.
very
It's
happy.
The first 2 weeks of the coming month. That's
Okay.
what Duke was told. Yep.
What week are we in right now? Like, how many weeks until that hits?
Let me look here. We are near. It's the 22nd. 30 days in a month. You got some time still.
Okay.
So let's find a terrorist.
Yes, indeed. What are our top leads on that situation?
I don't think we have anything more than hunches at the moment.
Well,
Yeah, it's been nothing but hunches since we got here.
no, you did get something when Indigo remembered to get permission to look at some of the blast discs recovered from the attack on the Stormlord, or the attempted attack rather. I believe they're held in Lorsmarch Palace. If you wanted to, look at them and try and get some information out of them. You can't
That's a
just
very
take
good
'em,
lead.
but, yep. I remember you said that.
And that's going to have to involve Purser, so
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I don't know.
I'm not
Probably
trusting Pick with landmines,
I'm gonna
and
say,
no one else in this party is smart enough to know what we're looking for.
Lord Tons of Fun could probably suss out some info.
I'm not trusting him with landmines either.
You shouldn't trust him with anything. Yeah, fair enough. All right, so head to evidence locker in the basically like Hall of Justice bullshit. Okay. We'll kind of jump ahead to that. I know Purser. Does anybody else like? Is it just the whole party, or is there people who want to do other things?
I mean, this isn't Leo's specialty. He's not an investigator. Investigators tell him where to go after they know the culprit. So
Yeah,
that's sort of his
it
deal.
is no one here's specialty. That's why I was
Yeah.
astonished. The party was like, we want to do the investigation, DM.
I
Alright.
had no part in that.
Jotaro
But,
doesn't know better.
That's
yeah,
fair.
I think yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just sort of like shadowing for the moment. I don't
Okay.
think he has anything. I usually like to be proactive about things, but this is again like I'm out of my depth here. So
Well, that's the great thing about investigations is like you guys come up with any other ideas like they're yes, there are stupid ideas, but by and large, all of them are viable until the DM says that's stupid. So like so if anybody comes up with anything, don't hesitate. But right now, as far as I know, the only thing you guys plan on looking at was the blast discs. So fair place to start. All right. So with that in mind, after double and triple checking that you have permission to look at them, they are of course not like actively stacked up because they didn't go off, so theoretically they could. But you are
Actually,
shown.
1
Yeah,
second. I want to
go
try
ahead.
something.
Okay.
No, he doesn't know better. Actually, wanna what? Fuck it. I'm gonna use the normal the normal like reroll that we get to get that 19.
Okay.
Okay.
what is this doing?
Yeah,
Uh
but you need to tell the DM what you're
what-
doing before making
yeah.
a check.
Well, I was gonna say like an insight check because clearly Storm Rage is
Uh-huh.
not the Kuravar that he saw when he did his little pilgrimage before he joined the party,
Yeah.
and given like how comically corrupt and shitty everything is. So, on the way, he does like scratch his chin and use that 19 to basically like ponder like we know these Stormlords are comically corrupt. Can we trust any evidence that they've had their hands on?
Mm. That's you know what? I like that. That is a fair line of reasoning. It's always a good idea in these circumstances to think about like people who tell you shit. In this particular case, like you can't think of it from the sounds of it, they don't have a particular reason to want to go after Fury beyond he was just their assumed target. It doesn't seem personal. Like it doesn't seem like they're actively trying to oh, we had it out for these guys regardless. It was just a matter of like, all right, who's most likely? Well, who have we been recently? Who has this Stormlord recently been basically feuding with? Well, most obviously, hey, how about that terrorist group that like is run by a former spy and keeps doing slowly bigger and bigger shit to slap back at our guards? Probably this guy. So they kind of just Octum's razored it. So it doesn't seem like to Jotazo's reasoning that they would have a lot of reason to lie about this. And the blast discs, like as you look at them, I mean, not even as you look at, they're not that expensive. So like, there's no reason to steal them. So these probably is like are the actual discs. It probably is the actual evidence per se. And if there is some machination going, it's based on information you don't have or don't know about. So it seems like stands to reason. They saw an attack. They kind of said who's most likely, probably this guy. Put out a warrant. That guy goes to ground. They say, all right, well, probably got a guy. And that's probably about the total of it. But yeah, no, that's a fair thing. It seems to Jotazo that they wouldn't have a reason to lie about this since they really do want their pound of flesh. So, with that in mind, you are shown these blast discs. There's 3 in total that were apparently all 3 were strapped to or there was 1 strapped to each of the 3 carriages that was going out. 2 of them show signs of like weathering and cracking. Apparently, they say that they were found like that, which does make sense. Looking at them, let's see. Yeah, Mercy is the most obvious person as far as like having seen these or seen things like these. These do look like the standard Cyrus make, and they definitely have the age for being basically military surplus from the war. Now, I'm not sure exactly, but my headcanon is that blast discs are like, I'm thinking like fired ceramic with like some type of dragon shard in the center to power the, spell circuit that's basically carved into them. Does that sound about right to you, Dan?
Yeah, the materials and stuff would vary, but yeah, circle
Yeah.
with the dragon shard is going to be
Something that's disposable can be used in a munitions sense. Like,
hmm
it can't be made of like diamonds or some shit because
right.
people aren't going to use them. Yeah, and let's see. I feel like, you know what? I feel like the Breelish ones would probably be ceramic because their whole shtick was blast discs that were like their whole shtick
Yeah,
was
quantity over
disposable.
quality.
Yeah, like they went the Stalin route. Quantity has a quality all its own. What's a good material for Cyrus? I don't know, some type of like stone native to the shards. That like is a particularly good conductor and can be reused a couple times. Let's see here. Just grabbing Chronicles of Eberron to try and.
The vermishards are a basalt, if that's what you're looking for.
Okay, yeah, okay, basalt. Well, and I was thinking, I know each one of the nations had a specialty that they preferred, for like the spells that they would add on to their artillery and shit. What was
I think you may be getting a little too into the weeds here. I don't know. I don't know if that matters.
Well,
all
no,
that
it's
much,
relevant because if it's like an explosive spell, then it's going to be it's a different effect, and that's why I'm trying to armor and faction.
Yeah, I don't recall the difference between Breland and Siren.
I just know that Breelish was like they were big on it explodes. I know Thrain used holy spells.
The only real outliers, I think, were Thrain and Karnath.
Okay, yeah. Then in that case,
I think the others were just various
One of
varieties
them-
of explosions.
One of them used like gas, didn't they? They used like
the
like
cloud
kill.
But
yeah.
that is a higher level spell. We're gonna say for these, for like military surplus stuff, we're gonna go with they had like an equivalent of like an area Eldritch Blast in them or something. Force damage explosion type thing. 2 of them have an area force in it. 1 of them has a fireball. There we go. And they do seem Cyrus and make, or at least Cyrus surplus. And like I said, 2 of them are cracked, and as you like handle them, probably fairly carefully, without any check, you can tell like, yeah, that's why they didn't go. Probably this like the equivalent of hitting a speed bump cracked this thing, and it didn't go off. The other one, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
The other one looks like it did try to go off, but someone used the wrong size dragon shard, or like less ground up dragon shard than they should have, in the charge, and it wasn't enough to power a 3rd level spell. So the fireball that was supposed to go off didn't. And yeah, but they all were valid threats. It's just someone fucked up putting them like basically installing them on the
So they're
carriages.
they're all poorly done in different ways. Like it wasn't a singular issue because there's multiple discs, and they're all kind of just incompetently done separately.
Yeah, more or less. Like 2 of
So
them were old
Okay.
enough to be fragile. One just didn't have enough charge.
my first hypothesis was that they were tampered with, assuming that it is the Stormlords behind it, that these might have been tampered with to purposefully leave behind evidence pointing at sirens. It's like,
Could
oh,
be.
we found these undetonated mines with Sirish logos on them.
That certainly could be. Because the fireball one especially, even if that went off, it's still going to be there. Like it doesn't
Hmm
explode. It just the spell radiates out from it. So
I also think that like I don't know, it really, to me, it really points towards the blast sticks were intended to fail and not go off, because the odds of all three just not working at all, like individually, like, separate from each other, feels like very hard to believe to me. And so I think there's an element of like, yeah, it feels like they set this up and they wanted to make it look like they were in a bunch of danger, and now they have an excuse to like go out and genocide a bunch of people.
could be.
I'm biased because that was already my suspicion, so I'm definitely just like kind
No,
of
no.
pushing towards like, no, the government did it. The government wants to hurt
I
us
fully
all.
approve of acknowledging one's bias before, like, for the record, I fucking hate these people. But here's my theory. Like,
Yeah,
no, I'm down
yeah,
for
yeah. No, for
it.
sure. Like
Can I,
I do want an excuse to hate the Stormlords further, but also like if this was legitimately an attack and they were going for the opportunity to kill a Stormlord, the fact that they fucked up this badly is frankly embarrassing, and they should be easier to find if that's the case.
can I use my history check from my time on the front lines and dealing with blast disc mines to see if it feels like this is something where they intentionally fucked it up, or
You could, like, that was never your specialty, but you certainly saw them handled. You could give me a shot. Purser could also give me an Arcana to see if there's more to
Yeah.
learn.
I was waiting to be prompted there.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm going to use my
Just
inspiration for that 20.
carrying
Okay.
the game.
All right. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, Purser doing pretty damn good this time. Between the 20 and 21. So one thing that both of you like notice is that like looking at these, um, especially as you handle them more, uh, we'll start off with Mercy's. Mercy, this was always part of why like you hated seeing anyone handle these things, is especially lower level blast discs with a juiced up cantrip in it, the equivalent of. They all have or they're always like a little bit infamous for the Italian Red Devil problem, where it's like if this thing cracks the wrong way, it probably won't go off. But they're like, God damn it, they often crack the wrong way. Like when you have to drop them just right. And a lot of the Air Force got good at dropping them right, but for people on the ground, it sucked to have to deal with these things. So doesn't surprise you that at least the smaller cantrip ones had problems, basically trying to be used as a bomb, because it's not a bomb. You can't just like strap it to the underside of the cart with like minimal shock absorbers going down a shitty street and expect it to not get fucked up. The fact that they didn't go off on whoever was strapping them is the more impressive part. It would be your takeaway from the smaller ones. Purser, you know what, we'll say with your Arcana check, one thing that you do notice is that, let's see, how would this? Okay, so I'm gonna say you're able to, you can still sort of feel the remnants of the spell that was cast into it, and you can feel you can see clearly, yeah, here's where they were supposed to basically put the fuel for the weapon. Didn't go off because there wasn't enough. You can see that it looks like there was originally enough dragon shard in this. Looks like cast a spell, put the piece in, or pieces, or powder, or whatever, sealed it up, and then someone else, like you can see the primitive scrape marks and the like slight interruptions. Someone jimmied it open and took some out. So some dragon shards or powder or something. It looks like someone took shit out of this. That's what rendered this one non-functional. There was some, for whatever reason,
I was muted.
Oh,
But then it was closed up afterwards and used as if it was still good.
Yeah, basically. So
Okay.
it was like, this would be like you got one of these together, you handed it to Pick, Pick handed it to Cadrock. Cadrock was like, wow, I could sell this, pried something out, and then like tried to set it for you guys, and surprise, surprise, it didn't go off. Like, that's your immediate thinking, probably because you don't like Cadrock, but that's that's where your mind goes, is like, this thing was originally, this thing was set to go just fine. It looks like after it was basically armed, ready to go, somebody took the batteries out, or at least one of them.
I like run a little bit of arcane power through the conduits just to make sure they're all still working, and it should have worked.
Works good. Yeah, this was a higher quality one. It's not like the shittier ones that Mercy's looking at. Like those, you can tell. Yeah, those have probably been reused a couple times, and they weren't the best to begin with. This one, you could use it now if you want.
See how I'll like take my gloves off and like pat the top of it and say, this one's definitely been tampered with before it was used. Someone didn't want it exploding.
Well, that certainly points towards it not being some sort of political radical.
And the Sirens, what was it, Denel's Wrath, they call themselves. They had a competent artificer with them.
Indeed.
That was her main defense, was like, I would have succeeded. Like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
She may very well have been the one that charged this. Who's to say? But whatever happened, it was disarmed before it was used in the attack.
I don't believe that they would have trusted such a task to some sort of lower level underling. It wouldn't have touched the hands of some incompetent or treacherous goon, as they say. I think that it was most certainly done with intention, is what I'm saying. I think that this was meant to not go off and create some sort of discourse or fracture the local community further.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Brilliant way of working goon into there, by the way.
He says it with a lot of discomfort, but he doesn't know the connotations that I do.
Just say henchman.
Yeah, henchman. Henchman is like what he's referring to.
Let's just dodge that problem. Just saying something else.
Hench person is a more gender-neutral term, friend Balthazar.
The hench person was focused on goon maxing. Makes sense to me.
Anyway, can you repeat that, Mercy?
I said that hench person is a more gender neutral term.
Okay, just call them fucking goons.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, with that question and investigation in mind, we have come to the end of this session. With some little bit of a shorter one, a little broken up, but I'm quite happy we waited so we had as many people as possible.
Yeah. GG, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
coming,
good game.
guys. And
I really
Plot
liked
thickens.
the cafe scene. Just having everyone at a table discussing things is like my favorite shit in the game. So I appreciate that. I know that that's not everyone's thing. It's slower.
no, you're good.
But I really like it.
I rolled a dice to see if there was a chance it could have been Cyrus shawarma with long corn and chicken, but sadly we missed a chance for shawarma. But
There will be another.
there will be another
Cyrus shawarma.
Cyrus shawarma.
Didn't.
I have a list of local foods from Stormreach. Like I just roll on a table.
We must live another day so that we may try the street shawarma.
Exactly.
I didn't. I'm trying to.
But
all right.
How's the 27th sounding for people? I know.
I'm gonna be out. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna be
I'm
on the
out.
27th.
Gotcha.
I mean, I will be because I'm taking the entire week. Well, not the entire week, most of the week off. But yeah,
I'm not even gonna be up because of any holiday stuff. I just have an appointment that day.
That is fair. Metro and Joan will be away. Okay. I may do a one shot. I don't know yet.
The one shot with the kids.
we can get that one shot of with the 12 the kids ready.
No,
It's not canon yet.
don't do that.
Excuse me.
Throws a
run
fucking
Christmas
Baylor
one
at
shot.
he throws a Baylor at us.
Okay. That's
I'll be
some
I'll be
slander
glad.
here.
I'll be glad that I'm missing that one. Is all I'm gonna say.
I would not do that.